George was born and raised in New York, the Big Apple, America's city. He spent his time creating art, designing models, and was involved in graphic design. George's very existence was dedicated to creativity. In his 27th year of life, he had an idea. It was simple, but it came at a very bad time in world history. World War meant that the primary use for his pushpin plastic pieces made little sense in a world where rationing made it seem impractical to use his product. George decided to sell his unwanted product to a cereal company. That company paid him $5,000 to place his product as a childhood premium inside boxes of their cereal. When a toy company then offered him more for his product, George bought back the rights from the cereal company for $7,000 and then resold it to the Hassenfeld brothers. They would later change the name of their company. The product was physically smaller in the 1950s and early 60s. Since it was a toy, it needed to become supersized so that it could no longer be a choking hazard, and the Pushpin's idea made a certain part of the product a bit less child-friendly than features you might find today. George saw the growth of his little idea, and it would be this idea that became a celebrated part of pop culture in movies over more than 2 decades. George's toy holds another distinction. On April 30th, 1952, it would become the first toy to be featured in a television commercial aimed specifically to children. That had never been done before. More than 1 million kits were sold that year. This commercial success has inspired hundreds, if not thousands, of child-centric products to advertise over the years. Original sets of 30 specific plastic pushpins had to change because the pushpins had to be sharp to do something for which they were originally intended to do. While it is remarkably different today, this idea was immortalized by being inducted into the Strong National Museum of Play Hall of Fame back in 2000. This was 5 years after George's death, and 5 years after being featured in the beginning of a lucrative franchise series of movies distributed by Disney that featured this product. Today, this toy only has 13 accessories, and companion products like Brother Spud and Sister Yam are less remembered relatives from his past. This product with sharp plastic pushpins were originally intended for children to make temporary play companions from everyday fresh fruit or vegetables. This simple idea that was not immediately embraced would ultimately find a voice in the Toy Story movies by legendary comedian Don Rickles. You probably identified this toy by now, but if not, the inventor was George Lerner. The company that ultimately won the rights to this product would become known as Hasbro. Removing this product from decorating real tubers, apples, oranges, or carrots, and supplying a plastic hollow-bodied potato gave it a new life on the shelf and in the homes of millions of children around the world. It might be a part of your toy box, or an older model may be stored in boxes of memories from your childhood or those of your children. If you still need the name of this sarcastic movie icon, Mr. Potato Head. History always has a backstory.